First of all, how fun is it to do those Toyota Tires commercials?
It is awesome. It is truly awesome. Yeah, very fortunate to get to do that.
Which one's been the most fun to shoot so far?
I mean, they've all been pretty good, but the last one was probably the best because, you know, they had a good budget and we shot like multiple takes and scenes, and they just kind of, they didn't give me lines this time until like right before. It's pretty amazing. They're like, we're not going to give you lines. We don't trust you with them.
The one with Dominic Cruz.
Huh?
Dominic.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they've all kind of been with Dominic Cruz, you know.
Well, there was the one with Anthony Pettis, right?
Yeah.
That one's probably the most popular. Forrest, you know, been retired for several years now, enjoying a great post-fight career. Has there ever been any point where you had that itch to get back?
No. You know, for me, you know, I quit for a reason. I quit, you know, because my body just wasn't having it. So, you know, yeah, it's a tough sport like that. I mean, all sport is tough. Like all professional sport, there's going to come a day when you are not as good as you want to be. And I think in fighting, because it's a one-on-one sport, the second you lose a little bit, it might be time to get out of the game. That's what we were just talking about, how impressive it is for guys like Jan Blachowicz and Glover Teixeira to be doing what they're doing in the prime of their careers at their age. Guys that have had losses, guys that have fought everybody, you know, had big losses fighting for that 205-pound belt. It's pretty awesome. They're doing something right.
Yeah, definitely. We're getting Jones and Gustafsson 1 inducted here, right alongside Stephen Bonner and himself in the first fight. Which fight would you say was better?
Oh, well, you know, they have the distinctive advantage of an extra 10 minutes. So it's not fair for us.
That's a good point. And you know, going back, your debut was against Dan Severn, who was a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
At the time, did you realize, you know, that who Dan Severn was?
Well, oh yeah. No, I knew who he was. It was ironic because it was hard to find tape on people back then, and it wasn't hard to find tape on Dan because he had, you know, 27 million. You know, you go to the video store and there's 8,000 fights. Yeah. So that was fun except for a couple minutes there where it kind of hurt me. What a joke.
And GSP also getting inducted.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
What's your favorite GSP fight?
It's still the second with Matt Hughes. You know, it was just, to me, that was like, oh geez, this kid is a complete martial artist. He's out wrestling Matt Hughes. This is crazy. You know, and I knew how good Matt was, and to see that, I was like, oh boy, this guy's a complete martial artist. And then just looking back at the coaches he picked and the people kind of he brought into the sport for single disciplines and how he blended it together. The guy was a true martial artist.
Good pick, but thanks.
All right, and going back to retirement, you know, you see a lot of fighters going out in retirement and then coming right back. What do you feel like that is attributed to? Do you feel like maybe...
And this happened to me to a very small extent. You quit putting your body through it and you start to feel better. You're like, oh, I'm not grinding 15, 20 hours a week. I feel okay. Hey, I bet I could do that. Maybe I could just train smarter, you know?
Do you feel like maybe there's any pressure from the outside, you know, coaches, wives, people saying it's time to hang it up, and maybe they hang it up too early because of that?
I don't know. I mean, when you're in there and you're not confident that you want to be in there in a fight, that's a bad feeling. You got to want to do this, which, you know, you can say the same thing with anything. You got to want to do it, but it's different in fighting.
Thank you.
Forrest, I got. You know what, Forrest, I think when you were fighting, very popular, people love to see you around. In retirement, you know, you've kind of been a behind-the-scenes guy. You know, you're at the PI and you're doing fantastic work.
Trying to, yeah.
I'm curious, do you ever get that itch? You want to go out there to the events and, you know, just kind of be part of the show? You know, people always love seeing you around.
Well, I'm speaking tonight. Let's see how that goes. See if I blow that. No.
You know, when we met you on the Ultimate Fighter, you know, young kid, obviously coming up, and then of course you've been the family man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, have you come to that point, you know, like kids and everything, you got to show off a little bit, put the DVDs in, anything like that in your career?
No, my daughter does sometimes say like, oh, you're a UFC fighter. I'm like, no, baby, I'm not. I'm retired, you know, because she knows the sport and she knows that I'm always watching it. She knows a lot of the fighters, but yeah.
Have you got to that point yet? Some guy wants to take you out and you got to remind them?
No, not yet. I don't know what I'll do when I get to that point. We'll see.
Have you thought about it? Just like,
Yeah,
you know
we'll see.
what? The belt right there when he walks in.
Yeah.
Forrest, thank you for your
All
time.
right. Thanks, sir.